Hey folks, Ty Cohen here, courtesy of EVG and Brian and Jake Faust. Brian is actually trying to join us right now. He's having some technical difficulties, so I wanted to come on and let everyone know that we will be starting. We're actually in the process of starting right now. Ed, we know that you're over in London. As a matter of fact, we've got Ed in London. We've got Aphenia, I think that's joining us. We've got Tamita in Orlando, Florida. While you're As you come in, and if you're in already, you can hear my voice, right? Number one, let me know if you can if you can see my screen. You should see a screen that says this presentation will be starting shortly. Put a big yes into the questions box, all right? If you can see my screen. Thank you, June. Thank you, Connor. Pat Porter, thank you. All right. Nope, says Athena. Athena, are you screwing with me or what? Yes, says Mark from Denver. I see a screenshot. No, says Todd. Nope, says Blas. I do not see the screen, says Ken. Okay, so let's see here. What about now? You should see my screen now. Says my goal is to show you how publishing. Awesome, awesome. Ken Cotman, can you see it now? Michael M. Good, there it is. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, folks. Again, like I said, Brian is having a couple of technical issues, which does tend to happen when you're doing these things live as we are right now. We'll give him about another 60 seconds to see if he can come on. If not, we'll start it up. How about that? How does that sound? While we're waiting for him, please let me know, where are you watching from? Where are you joining us from? What part of the planet are you on right now? Because we know that we have a pretty uh, varied audience. We've got people that are, oh, we've got folks that are in Boston, Tasmania, San Jose, California, says Kelly. Uh, Palladio Key, Florida, says Anthony. Orlando, Florida, Athena. Uh, Saskatchewan, Canada, Pat. Howdy from Texas, y'all. I like that counter. Actually, that's Blaze, I think it is. My son actually goes to school in Kilgore, Texas. We were actually down there not too long ago visiting him. Colorado, says Gerald. We've got Jeff in Denver. We've got Billy from Sydney. We've got RTR. Uh, Anthony says he's in RTR. All right. Um, so we have Krista from Germany. Good to have you. Danke, right? What does that mean? I think that's thank you, right? Big Snow Country, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, says Soar. Tyler, Texas, says Edzo. Again, Tyler is pretty close to Kilgore, I think. It's probably about a half hour, right, Edzo? Roll Tide, talking about college, says Anthony. There we go. Billy from Sydney. Good to have you, Billy. We've got Bemita. We've got, wow. Right, so we have a lot of people. So I'm prepared. Let's jump right into this, and maybe Brian will join us as he's able to make his connection. All right. So here we go. Let's jump right into it, folks. Now, my goal is to show you, my name is Ty Cohen, and my goal is to show you how to publish short 20-page ebooks on Amazon.com and how it can be a highly profitable, easy, and extremely lucrative way to generate income, leads, and massive commissions for years and years to come without your competition ever knowing how you did it. So now, I'm going to show you along with this how to turn $100 into $2,000 multiple times over with Amazon.com. And before we begin, let's talk about what exactly is a Kindle and why it is so important to anyone who is looking for an easy, secure, long-lasting residual way to make money. The Kindle is a portable ebook reader. How many people here own a Kindle device? I'm just curious. Just put a 1 into the questions box if you own a Kindle device or the Kindle app. And I want you to do that just to show the power of how many people have these devices. So to show everyone that's watching how many people actually have these devices here. I think I hear Brian coming in on the other side now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Absolutely. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's the beauty of doing these things live, right? You never know what's going to happen.
Well, I just lost my entire computer. The computer just completely died and crashed on me, so I'm on my
Oh
phone.
no. That's not good. That's not good at all. All right.
No, no, but I'm here, so we're good.
Okay, perfect. So, Brian, I was actually just in the middle of asking how many people are familiar with a Kindle device and how many people actually have a device. And we have a lot of people. We've got Ken, we've got June, we've got Brian, another Brian, we've got Dane, we've got Ken O'Keefe, uh, we've got Joe, Anthony, Steven, Denise, we've got Soar, who says he's got 5 Kindle devices. Wow, that's pretty awesome. So a lot of folks that have Kindle devices, and Brian, I know that I think you said you had to go grab your son. So if you need to do that, that's perfectly fine. We're up and running now.
I got him
Um,
off the bus, so we're good. Yeah,
oh, you
thank you.
did? Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
All right, so we'll be rolling for about 90 minutes, I think. So the Kindle is a portable ebook reader that was developed by Amazon.com that allows users to be able to shop for, download, browse, and read ebooks, newspapers, reports, and other digital media. So I think when Amazon put this together, they really revolutionized the way that they approached, number one, book buying and book selling, right? So they made it easier for the customer. They made it easy for the individual that has content. Who remembers what Amazon's number one goal was when they first came into the online space? And can you go ahead and answer that into the questions box? What was their number one goal when they first came online? And while you're answering that, can you guys believe it's been like 20 years since Amazon's been around? Which is insane. Okay, so we've got Kelly says bookstore, sell books, says Margaret. Book selling, says Bruno. Selling books, says Troy. To make money, says Ken. Selling books, says Pat. Absolutely. So when they came online, their number one goal was to become the planet's largest bookstore. And they did that, right? They've done that and more. And one of the things that helped them to get to that point was creating what's known as the Kindle Direct Publishing platform. And Amazon said, you know what? We've got a lot of competition, a lot of well-established competition that has been around for decades, right? So we've got companies like Barnes and Nobles and Borders, and give me some of the companies that are over in the UK. We were just out there not too long ago. Is it Waterstones? I think it is, and um, we've got just a ton of. There's like um, I'm having a brain freeze right now, but there's Crown books out there. Thank you, Kelly. Uh, there's a ton of them that are out there that were out there, and Amazon put a lot of these companies out of business. And the way that they did that was they came up with this Amazon uh, Kindle Direct publishing platform that allows just anyone who has content to be able to sell their content on the Amazon marketplace. And I thought that was brilliant because it allows them to have just a ton of available content for their readers and their customers, right? So that's what this Kindle device does. Right now, there's 7 billion prospects that are on the face of the earth, and there's more mobile devices than there are actually people. So this, I need to actually update this a bit. But they came up with the Kindle app because they realized that not everyone was going to go out and actually buy a Kindle device. So they said, how can we get more of our ebooks and more of our digital media in front of individuals? And the way they did that was, as I think it was Soar who said he's got like 5 different Kindle devices. But they know that everyone's not going to do that, right? So they came up with the Kindle device, the Kindle app, and they said, with this app, you can still go in and shop the Amazon Marketplace, download and purchase ebooks, right? So that was pretty brilliant. Now, the system that I'm going to share with you is the same system that just last year I used to buy my mom a house, and I paid cash with it. One of my goals ever since I was like 13 or 14 has been to buy my mom a house. And then for her 78th birthday last October, we were able to do that. So I went in using the system and paid cash for her house. Here's a testimonial from one of my students. This guy is actually a professor at Penn State University. He says, um, Merry Christmas. And Ty, I wanted to update you since I've been doing a lot more in the past 70 days. My Kindle business has more than doubled. This month will be my first $5,000 month. And then he talks about his goal is getting to the $10,000 per month level by June 1st. All right. He's at $5,000 a month. Here's another one of my students. Her name is Tracy Voister. She sent me this text at 9:44 in the morning. She's actually out where you guys are at, Brian. And she says, Ty, I sold 5 copies this week alone. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you might be thinking 5 copies may not be a lot, but she had just gotten started 2 days before. So within a 48-hour period, she's up and running and she's already generating revenue. Here's another testimonial from one of my students over in Perth, Australia. I think I saw someone who said that they were from Australia. Who was that? or we may have several people that are watching from Australia. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow the Kindle cash flow system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales. Darren DeVry, 66, and he's crushing it. All right, so you are at ground level of what is being called a new age diamond mine. And I want to show you guys just some of the income that I've been able to make just playing around with publishing ebooks before I created a streamlined system for doing it. Now, disclaimer here. The reason why I have the word playing around in quotes is because I was doing just that. How many people are online and you're just literally all over the place, right? That's where I was at. And we're going to be totally transparent. We're going to be totally honest on this presentation, this webinar. And I'm going to give you honesty, and I want you to do the same, right? We're going to have a one-on-one conversation. Although there's hundreds of people that are watching this thing, I want to talk to you as if I'm speaking to you individually. So at this stage in my life, I had so many things going on, and I was trying so many different money-making opportunities. I didn't know if I was coming or going. Have you ever heard of the phrase shiny object syndrome? So I had shiny object syndrome to like the 10th degree, right? The 10th degree. So how many people have been there? How many people can relate? All right. We've got Ken says yes. Brent says me. Margaret says yes. All right. Me says Brent. Yes says Lori. Oh, yes says Kelly. Amen says Ken. Yes says Todd. Yes, big time says Margaret. Um, Athena has a great question. She says, and here's the thing, folks. I encourage you to ask questions. All right. I'm actually going to spend a decent amount of time at the end of this answering all of your questions. So, and I'll answer some every once in a while as well as I'm going through this. But Athena just asked, if I decided not to create my own ebook to sell, can she sell other people's ebooks to make money? Absolutely. Yes, you can. All right. All right. So here we go. We'll jump right into this. Now, this was one of the first checks that I received from Amazon. It was in the amount of $2,297.30. Now, remember when I first got started, again, I was just all over the place, trying so many different opportunities to the point where I didn't recognize the true potential in partnering with Amazon. Right? It wasn't until the next month where 30 days later I received another check in the mail, and that one went from $2,297 to $2,873.13. Right? And this is within a 30-day period. And mind you, I didn't do anything between that 30 days, yet I still saw an increase, a 25% increase. Now, when I got this check, I did, I had a slight inkling that there was something special about the system, so I started to just publish a few more ebooks. And then the next month, I went from $2,873.13, bam, to $4,462.53. All right. Now, at this point, when I saw that, I said, you know what? There's something to this. So I started to test things like price points, right? Which price points sell more ebooks than others? And more importantly than just sell, right? More than just generate revenue, which price points return a higher profit? Right? Because that's what you want there. I started to test things like titles and descriptions. Which book titles, which descriptions brought in more sales and more profit, right? And I'm going to share some of this stuff with you as we continue through this presentation. I started to test things like covers, right? Which book covers work the best, what colors and things like that, format. So I'll give you all of this as well. Now, after doing that, the next month I saw another increase, and this was a whopping 88% increase, and I received a check in the amount of $8,403. And I haven't looked back since. Now I consistently receive checks. Well, I don't get checks anymore. I now have Amazon electronically deposit my royalties into my bank account, right, through like an EFT deposit, because you don't want checks in the amount of $30, $40, $50,000 floating around in the mail. So routinely every month, I've now received tens of thousands of dollars from Amazon using the same system. So now it's also the perfect lead generator. All right, so take a look at this. This is my Infusionsoft account. If any of you guys are familiar with Infusionsoft, so I have 3 Infusionsoft accounts because I like to segment them. And I have different things that I promote through these. But in this one account here, in the last 30 days, it generated 3,352 new contacts. So you can also use this system as the perfect lead generator. And I say perfect because when someone visits Amazon, right? And my wife just picked up, it's so ironic that we're talking about Amazon. My wife just went on the front porch and picked up a package that was delivered by Amazon earlier in the day. When someone visits Amazon, they're visiting Amazon with the intention of doing what? Of buying. Athena says she cannot hear me. If you folks can hear me, let me know. Just put a big yes into the questions box, because it might be your system, Athena. Okay, so everyone else can hear me. Thank you, Sejan and Kelly and Bruno and Paul and Sora and Michael. All right, thank you. Right, so someone who visits Amazon.com, they are, what type of individual is that? Is that someone that's just kicking tires, right? That's someone that's, you're pretty much going there, unless you're like a marketer and you're going there to do research, but we're like the anomaly. But the person that's visiting Amazon is someone that's going there with the intent to buy, right? They're going there with the intent to make a purchase. They more than likely have a credit card number on file already. As a matter of fact, just to give you some fun trivia, Amazon has close to 750 million credit card numbers on file, right? So these are the ultimate leads here, right? So not only can you generate income with this system, but you can also use it as a perfect lead generator. And then what can you do with those leads once you have them in your system? What else can you do? And I'm asking you these questions, right? Because I want to make sure that everyone gets the power of this, gets the power of not only selling on Amazon, but also being able to generate leads. What can you do with these leads once you have them? You can market to them directly, Mark? Yes, absolutely. Uh, Yannick says, I have no idea what to do with the leads. I love the transparency there. Thank you for being totally honest. Well, what you can do is just what Mark just said. So Mark Larson said you can market directly to them. Because when you're selling, right? Absolutely, Source. Source says you can add on sales. All right. Blaze says you can conduct email marketing, right? Cindy, create a blog. So now you have this list that you can mail to directly. You can market to directly. You can even upload this list to Facebook or Google, right? AdWords, and you can run ads that are targeted directly to these people. So let's say you have an ebook and you're selling. Your ebook covers gardening tips. So now what you can do is not only are you selling your ebook on Amazon, but you're generating the leads as well. You're collecting the leads. So now you can go in and sell them additional products, like join an affiliate program or have your own products created and sell them gardening related products. Cindy, you just took the words right out of my mouth. She says affiliate marketing. Okay. Ken says, what program do you use to generate these leads? Well, this is Infusionsoft. That's the system that I'm using. But in the program, I actually show you exactly how I do this. All right. So just to give you guys a heads up, you can also collect leads with this and then continue to sell them. So what makes this system different? Well, the first thing is that it's a real business. Remember, you're partnering with Amazon.com. You're joining forces with a multi-billion-dollar, globally recognized brand, right, who sells in more countries than Walmart, your Target, or any of the other major retailers that are out there, right? Uh, it's a system that's easy to make money with and drive leads with month after month after month. So to do this, you don't have to be like the brightest person. You don't have to have a super IQ. I started out working as a clerk at Walgreens Pharmacy, and just to have a bit of transparency again, and to throw this earnings disclaimer out, you will most likely not make thousands and thousands of dollars from the first ebook that you publish. Okay, sometimes we join webinars and we watch these trainings and the presenter just really overhypes things. I hate that stuff. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to become a millionaire within the first week. Now, there is long-term potential. Okay, I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and every month I generate more money than the previous month. Okay, so it continues to grow. Now, when I first got started, I just wanted to make enough money to cover a couple of bills. So I was just happy with making $500, $600, $700. Little did I know that it would grow into this system, this ginormous system that now generates tens of thousands of dollars every month. The other thing to keep in mind is that this is a long-lasting business model that you can consistently generate income from for many, many, many years. As I said, I've been doing this for many years. I have thousands of students, right, that have also been doing this for many years. So I'll show you how to make sure that you build your business the right way, on the concrete, as I like to say, and not on the sand. Okay, so are you ready to discover the 3 secrets to publishing best-selling Kindle books on Amazon? Here's what I'm going to cover. I'm going to give you secret number one, which shows you how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes. Even if you've never done anything like this before, I think someone was just asking if they can sell someone else's ebooks. I'm going to show you how to get ebooks created, right? I'll also give you secret number two, which will show you 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you dislike writing. So even if you're not the writer, okay, you'll be able to do this. I don't write any of my ebooks, actually. I'll also give you secret number 3, which will show you how to publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily so that you can start making sales. So let's jump right into number 1. How do you come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this? And I'll take it even further, even if you've never sold anything online. So regardless of if you're publishing ebooks to Amazon, regardless of if you're starting an online business, regardless of if you're starting an offline brick and mortar business, doesn't matter if you're selling a product or a service, you should always make sure that you conduct market research first to do a few things. Number 1, to find out if there's a demand for it. Okay, to find out if there's a demand, if it's something that people are actively seeking already. Number 2, if that demand, right, that marketplace that's actively seeking has the funds to pay for your product or service. Because it doesn't matter if they're looking for it, right? Like you might have a bunch of 9-year-olds that are looking for your product, but they don't have money, right? Unless their parents pay for it. So you want to make sure that there's a demand and that the group of individuals that are looking for what it is that you have the ability to pay for it or have the desire to pay for it, right? Because they may have the funds, but they may not care about paying for it, all right? So to do this, one of the tools that I like to use is called the Google Keyword Planner. And again, just to step back again, I want to make sure that everyone got that. Does that make sense? Athenia, yes. Does what I just said make sense? Because again, I want to make sure that every single person understands. I watch a lot of webinars, and one of my pet peeves is when the presenter glosses through everything with the assumption that everyone that's watching gets it and doesn't truly explain. Okay, awesome. Clear as a bell, says Ken. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love this group. All right, so one of the tools that I like to use to conduct my market research is the Google Keyword Planner. Now, there's no cost to this tool. You can use it absolutely free. You do have to have like a Google Gmail, a Gmail address or a Gmail account, which again is free. You can go in and set one up if you want. And I like to use this tool to help me find best-selling book ideas and to help come up with killer titles. Because remember at the very beginning, I told you that testing and split testing titles is something that has helped me to go from the point of just making like a couple of $1,000s a month to tens of thousands of dollars a month. So I'll show you how that works. Now, if you go to Google, you type in, and don't do this now, just take notes and I'll walk you through the entire process because I don't want you to miss anything. I've got a lot that I want to share with you. So you go to Google and you type in Google Keyword Planner, okay? And then it's going to be the first or second result that comes up here, first or second. Now, when you click onto it, you're going to see, you'll see like a control panel or backend panel that looks similar to this. They change it up from time to time, but for the most part, it functions the same, all right? So you'll see a drop-down menu here, and you want to select search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. Search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. And then in this area, you're going to type in whatever topic or genre or phrase that you're considering publishing an ebook around. So at this time, I was studying lucid dreaming, right? How many people are familiar with lucid dreaming? It's really fascinating. So it's the ability to control your dreams, and it's an awesome way to problem solve. It's an awesome way to goal set. It's just really, really cool. All right, so you're really aware. Then it says yes. You're absolutely aware of your dreams and you're controlling things. So I put in the phrase dreams interpretation. Right, so now you want to select all locations, all languages, Google and search partners, and then hit get ideas. So now when you do that, right, so dreams interpretation now turns into Google says, okay, here are other phrases that are similar to what you typed in, and here's the monthly search volume. So for example, right, they'll say we had 18,100 individuals that searched for the phrase meaning of dreams within the last 30 days. 2,900 individuals searched for the phrase dream meaning. Dreams meaning was searched by 2,400 individuals. Dreams and their meanings, 5,900 individuals. So do you see how that works? Right? Do you see how that works? Now, what I found is we've got some folks from London, right? And my friends over in London, they like to use the phrase the honey spot. Excuse me. I found that the honey spot or the honey spot is when you can get your combined search volume to be between 10,000 to 100,000. All right, so between 10,000 to 100,000. And that is for all of the similar phrases that Google returns back to you. All right, so between 10,000, if you add everything up, if you're between 10,000 to 100,000, then there's a good chance that that will be a very successful ebook once you publish it on Amazon because the demand is there, right? There's a significant demand. Now, you're probably wondering why those two numbers. Well, if it's less than $10,000, I found that throughout years of research that if it's less than 10,000, then the marketplace is just not big enough, right? The marketplace is just not big enough. It's like having a Ferrari on a dead end street. Like you have this power, but you don't have anywhere to go. And by the same token, if it's more than 10,000, if it adds up to more than 100,000, I'm sorry, then that universe is just too big. So 10,000 to 100,000 is the sweet spot. And that's when you add everything up here, all right? Your global monthly searches. Does that make sense for everyone? Right? This is crucial. This has allowed me and continues to allow me to make a lot of money just by getting this dynamic right. Does that make sense? Give me a big yes, and then we will move on. I want to make sure everyone has it. Mark says yes. Sure says Bruno. Yes says Margaret. Ken says yes. Yannick, how can a big market hurt? A great question. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Ken says yes. Tariko says yes. Ken, yes. Kelly, we've got a lot of Kens on here. Wow. Kelly says yes. Steve says yes. Gotcha says Michael. Steven says yes. All right. Boris says yes. Great. Dennis says yes. All right. So now we have that. Now, the other reason that I love to use this Google Keyword Planner is because you can come in and cherry pick some awesome titles. Right. You can cherry pick some really great titles. So, for example, here's the title: "The Meaning of Dreams." Meaning of dreams. You had 18,100 individuals typing that in within the last 30 days. Here's another one, dreams and their meanings. 590 people that typed that in just as it appears here within the last 30 days. So something like meaning of dreams, where I know that there's a lot of people that are searching for it, I would go in and title my ebook Meaning of Dreams, right? Meaning of Dreams, and then I like to add on the subtitle. So it might be something like Meaning of Dreams, and actually, let's do a little practice session right here. And I want to see if you guys get this. So my main title would be something like Meaning of Dreams, right? And I get this directly from Google because Google is showing me that there's a significant search volume for that. And then I might go in and add a subtitle. So Meaning of Dreams, how to decipher last night's dream, right? Or Meaning of Dreams, how to tell what your dreams really mean. Or Meaning of Dreams, I'll let you guys make up some. What would you add on here? What would you add on? Meaning of dreams. Let's see who's the first one that comes up with something. Oh, great. Brian says, meaning of dreams, ultimate meaning of dreams. Right? The ultimate meaning of dreams. Meaning of dreams. Yannick says, how can they help you? I like that. Michael says, mastering lucid dreaming. Right? Mark says, meaning of dreams, your dreams and their meanings. Or Bruno has a good one. He says, meaning of dreams, a practical guide. Boris says, meaning of dreams, a new approach. Right, so you folks are getting it. Pretty awesome. I like that. Now, the importance of it's extremely important. I found that just by using some of these phrases that Google gives you really helps your sales. So it gives you a big sales boost in Amazon. And I'm only just touching on the surface of this and how to set this all up. I go into more detail in the actual program, but I'm only touching the surface now because I've got so much more information that I want to share with you. But let me show you why this works so well. One of the questions that I often get is, Ty, why do we use the Google Keyword Planner to find our titles? Well, the answer is if you craft your titles correctly, You increase the chances of them ranking high within both Amazon and Google search engines. Ranking on both Amazon and Google will dramatically boost your sales. And I'm going to show you guys just 2 examples of this. So here's an ebook. Let's say we have this ebook and it's published over on Amazon, right? It's titled How to Market and Sell Your Ebook. And then we have another one. Well, actually not another one. We have someone who's over on Google. They have an ebook that they're looking to market and that they're looking to get more visibility for. So they go over to Google and they type in the phrase how to market and sell your ebook. They hit search and Google gives them these results. Now, most of us, right, we're conditioned to gloss over this highlighted area. Why is that? What is this? What is this area here? Let's see, Brian tells me that this is a smart group. Sajan has it already. He says ads, right? These are the paid ads. So most people understand that, as Mark just said, that these are the sponsored ads, right? So they'll gloss over these and they come right down here to this organic ad listing, this organic section here. Now you're going to see 2 listings here. You'll see this one that reads how to market and sell your ebook, and then another one, Amazon.com, how to market and sell your ebook. Which of the 2 here stands out the most, the first one or the second one? And the reason why the second one here is so powerful is because we've used that Google Keyword Planner tool that I shared with you just a few moments ago to come up with a title for our ebook, How to Market and Sell Your Ebook, right? That's a phrase that was being searched in Google and that had just a ton of searches. So we now go in and title our ebook after that phrase. And now the second one, right, is where our listing shows up. Now, out of these 2, why does the second one pretty much stand out? A lot of you folks just said that it's the second one that stands out. And there's probably about 6 or 7 reasons why this second one stands out. Let's see. Darian says it has the 5 stars. Margaret says reviews. Stars says Sajan. Reviews says Bruno. Janice, if you can't see my screen, you should be able to, you might have to log out and then log back in because everyone else can see my screen. Kelly says the second one, let's see, 5 stars, and it says Amazon, says Michael. Absolutely. Amazon holds a lot of weight, right? Brings a lot of credibility to the situation, right? Why else does this one work the best? Why do eyeballs focus on this one? Because that's exactly what happens. The price is there, says Yannick. Absolutely. $4.99, right? What else? There's a few more things. There's actually a couple of big things that some folks are missing out on. What else do you see? What else makes this one stand apart from everything else? And as a result, more people will gravitate towards this one and click onto it. We recognize the name Amazon, Bruno. Yes. A bit of a testimonial, says Soar. Yeah, look at this. There's a blurb here, right? The excitement of the first few chapters builds an incredible momentum. The colors, yes, this one does have color, right, because of the stars. Multiple usage, 47 reviews. Todd, that's one of the things that I was looking for, all right? So absolutely. So look at this. There's not only is it 47 reviews that we can see, right, but there are 47 5-star reviews, okay? What else? Longer description, says Darian. And I'm grilling you guys because I want you to understand the power of this. This is why this works so well. In part, this is part of why this whole process works so well. Sajan, it tells you that it's available. Yes, it's in stock. Do you see that? Here's another thing that some of you may have missed. It also gives you the category, right? So computers and internet and web marketing, which might be attractive to some people. So we've got a few different elements. It's in stock, the price point, the number of reviews, right? So we all tend to pay attention to the reviews when we're shopping. The blurb here, the Amazon name holds an incredible amount of weight, right, for credibility. Whenever you order something from Amazon, there's never a doubt in your mind that you're going to receive it, right? Right, just more info at a glance, says Yannick. So now, here's the other thing. How many people are familiar with the terms SEO? Search engine optimization, SEO. Yes, says Agent. Paul says yes. No, says Yannick. Yes. Darren, barely. Okay, so some of you are. So here's the thing. Take a look at this. Not only does our ebook appear on the first page of Amazon, but it's the first page, second result out of 5 million competitors. I think this gets me more excited than anything, right? Out of 5 million competitors on Google, right, our ebook shows up on the first page and in the second position. So for those of you that answered that how incredible is that? Isn't that pretty exciting? Right? Susie says very exciting. So for those of you that are familiar with SEO and search engine optimization, search engine marketing, is that easy or difficult to do? Easy or difficult? Just give me a quick answer. It's very difficult. Thank you, Susie. All right, difficult is challenging. Difficult, says Sajan. Difficult, says Ken. Tariko says very difficult. Extremely difficult, says Darren. All right, Paul says difficult. And not only is it difficult, Ken says it's like rocket science. Yes, if you're doing it the traditional way, but if you're doing it in the way that I teach you to do it in this system, it's a piece of cake, right? Now, not only is it difficult if you're doing it the traditional way, but it can take a long time. It can also cost you a lot of money, right? But when you're doing it the way I show you, you can do this for free and you can get results quickly as well, right? Yes, Kelly. All right, so now let's pretend that there's another ebook, right? This one is on Amazon and it's titled Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. All right, we're conducting a search on Google and we're oblivious to the fact that there's an ebook on Amazon already, but we run our search over on Google. We hit search, and not only does our ebook appear on the first page, first position, but this time, right, we've done something even greater. First page, first and second position. So we're like dominating this space right here. And instead of it being 5 million results, as you saw here, we're at a first page, second position, and first position out of 134 million results. Okay, that's super huge right there. So that shows you the power of using this Google Keyword Planner, as well as the other methods that I share with you in this program to be able to get your books listed highly, right? So Darren says, wow, that is amazing, right? And Sajan, yes, that helps as well, okay? So now, does everyone see this, like understand the magnificence of this? I want to just, again, make sure that you get everything before we move on, because I've got a lot of stuff that I want to share. Give me a yes. Thank you, Bruno. I appreciate the yes. I do, says Yannick. Yes, says Lori. Thank you. Lori, I think that's the first time I've heard from you. Good to have you. Mark Larson, oceans of potential buyers. Thank you for putting that out there, Mark. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now, not only do you have your book listed on Amazon, right, but you also have it listed on Google, because both of these multi-billion-dollar powerhouses, right, are helping you to sell your ebook, are helping you to get it in front of more people, right? Now, here's the thing, folks. No matter what type of business you're running, you can always do more business. As a matter of fact, most businesses don't do well because it's not because they don't have a great product, because they don't have a great service. Why do you think it is? Why do you think that most businesses, brick and mortar businesses, online businesses, doesn't matter what type, why do you think most don't do well? Most don't do well because they have an obscurity problem, right? No one knows about them. No one knows about your business. No one knows about the product. No one knows about the service. This is different. With this, you leverage both of these mega businesses, mega companies, mega brands, right, to get visibility, major visibility. So you get visibility on Amazon, and you also get visibility on Google as well. All right, so that's pretty exciting right there. You get the visibility pretty much globally, so you're now all over the place. All right, so now if the ebook is listed, let's see, Connor has a question here. He says the ebook on Amazon automatically gets in page one search results on Google. No, Connor, there's a few things that you have to do, and actually I'll show you how to do that in this program. Right, so it's not something that automatically happens. There's a series of steps that you have to take. There's actually a system that I've put together. So this is not something that Amazon does for you. It's a system. Now, here's the other thing. Speaking of systems, I'm going to deviate and go off on a tangent for a minute. Anytime you're looking to do well in business or in life in general, it doesn't matter whether it's to something that you personally want to do, follow the system. If you don't have the system, develop a system. If you don't want to develop the system, find someone who has the system and then follow their system, because the system will always make it easy for you to accomplish what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Does that make sense? Right? A system gives you more of a structured way of doing things. So that's exactly what I've developed here. And I don't know if you guys caught on to that, but there's a systematic way in which I'm doing everything here. Right. So now let's jump. I just wanted to share that with you really quickly. So now let's continue and move on. So now here's another book here that's listed on Amazon. And I want to give you a few examples of how this works. So you have this book, and it's titled How to Retire Happy, Wild, and Free. How to Retire Happy, Wild, and Free. So now let's say someone goes over to Google, they type in how to retire free. Take a look at where this book lands, right? First page, first and second position. All right, so this can work for any topic, fiction or nonfiction. It doesn't matter. And this is first page out of 98 million results. All right, so now, secret number one was, and I hope you guys took notes with that, because we're going to jump right into secret number two and number three. Secret number one was how to use the Google Keyword Planner to find hot topics and to create titles. Right now, because the titles are so important, what I want to do is, if you guys are okay with it, I want to share a little bit more with you on how to make sure that you craft titles that are going to attract attention, that are going to bring in sales, and that are going to bring in profits. Right? Do you guys want to see that? Okay, so let's jump right into it. All right, so now, title enhancers that double and triple sell. So after months of testing, I found that simply adding the following elements to my titles can dramatically increase sales. So I actually call these my title enhancers, and you might want to take a screenshot or write them down. In the program, I actually give you a lot more, but I'm just giving you a few of them here just for sake of time again. So think about it this way: title enhancers answer the questions that your ebook buyers or that your prospects are asking themselves in their head. All right? They answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head. So let me show you a few of these. So you've got a title enhancer, how to, right? Again, we always want to learn how to do something. Here's another one, quickest way to, right? We always want the quickest way to do something, fastest way to, and I'll explain these and how they work in just a moment. We always are looking for the fastest way to do something, easy ways to, right? Again, we want the easy ways to do things, and then tips to. So if you go in and you do a Google search for any of these, use that Google Keyword Planner, you'll find that all of these receive a significant amount of searches every single month. People are always searching for ways on how to do things, the fastest way to do things, the quickest way to do things. So when you title these and pair them up with your ebook titles, you again give yourself another boost. So you increase, right, the chances of the individual that's looking for information that your book covers. You increase the chance of that individual resonating with your title, and that's what it's about. It's about making sure that whatever title your book has, the person that's looking for that information can identify with it. And it's not something that has to happen over a matter of minutes or a matter of hours. It's something that instantly, in a matter of a split second, they instantly get it. It answers that just based off of a title alone. The title answers the problem that they are having. So I'll give you an example of that. So if you're looking to stain your deck, let's say you're looking to go in and stain your deck, you come across two ebooks. You have one on the left that's titled Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, and then you have this one right on the right, your competitor's ebook, that's titled Learn to Stain Your Deck. You have someone that's on Amazon, they're looking for information on deck staining. Which one do you think is going to stand out to them the most? How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, or the ebook that's titled Learn to Stain Your Deck? Number one, How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, or Learn to Stain Your Deck. Put a 1 if in the questions box if you think it's this one, or a 2 if you think it's this one. So let's see, we've got, wow, the answers are flying in. We've got so many people on this thing. So Bruno says 1, Ken says 1, Margaret says 1, Yannick says 2, Kelly says 1, Lori says 1, Yannick says 1 now, Ralph says 1, Tonita says 1, Steve says 1, Source says 1, Todd says 1, Vet says 1, Darren says 1, David says 1, Michael M says I like both, Dean says 1, Mark says 1, 1 for sure says Trico, 1 says Connor, Boris says 1, Saja says 1, and everyone else, if you said 1, I'm not going to call out all of the names because we've got so many people that are dropping 1s and 2s in, but if you said 1, give yourself a pat on the back because that's the answer, right? Think about it. On a subconscious level, the individual that's looking for this type of information is asking themselves, how am I going to get this thing done? How am I going to get the job done? So if they come across a book that answers that question in the title already, then it resonates with them totally. So here's another example. You've got 2 ebooks, one titled 21 Quickest Ways to Make Money Online, and then the other one titled The Guide to Making Money on the Web. Which one stands out, number 1 or number 2? Of course, 21 quickest ways to make money online, right? Because that answers the question. Even if they're not looking for the quickest ways to do it, subconsciously they want the fastest way. No one wants the slow, painful way to do this, right? Here's another example of the fastest way to get your nursing degree versus Health Quad's nursing guide. Here's another example, quick and easy ways to lose weight. The world's best kept tips to losing weight. So does that make sense? And again, I'm glossing over this and giving you as much of the meat as possible, any amount of time that we have. And in the program, I actually go through all of this in much more detail, but let me know if this makes sense. Does this make sense? Okay, thank you, Ralph. Absolutely, says Bruno. All right, Mark says yes. Michael says yes. Very says Yannick. Kent, the yeses are coming in. Okay, so let's continue to move on with the rest of us here. So now, one of the things I like to do, because these title enhancers and the whole aspect of titling your ebook is just really powerful. One of the things that I like to do is I like to take the topic, the subject, the phrase, the keyword, or the genre that I'm considering publishing an ebook around, and then mash it up with the title enhancer. So in this example, let's say we're considering publishing an ebook around the topic of gardening. So we'll take the title enhancer, how to, and then the phrase garden. We'll put them into the Google Keyword Planner. We hit search. Google is going to give us that search volume, right? So we're saying over the last 30 days, we had 45.5 million people that searched for the phrase how to garden. 45.5 million people. Now, let me ask you a question. Hopefully you've been paying attention. Is that within our desired search criteria? Yes or no? 45.5 million. And I'll wait until the answers come in. So we've got Bruno says no, Michael no, Janice says 0, yes says Ken, yes says Darren, no says Sajid, no says Margaret, no says Tarico, Ralph says yes, Louis says no, no says Ken with a capital N and O, Todd says no, Yannick says no, Too Large says Steve, no says David, no. So again, if you said no, then you're absolutely right. You've been paying attention. So now, luckily for us, Google gives us other phrases, right? And what do we want to be between? What numbers do we want to be between? Remember when I shared that with you earlier? I said that the honey spot is between, thank you. And I'm not going to shout that number out because I want to see who gets the next part of this. If you get this, then you're really getting this entire system. So luckily for us, Google also will say, here's similar phrases that people have also searched for. Is that a word? Here's other phrases that people have also searched for within the last 30 days. So, how to make a garden. We had 201,000 searches within the last 30 days. How to design a garden, 550,000. How to build a raised garden bed, 12,100. How to plant a garden, 301,000. So out of number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, which one would be most ideal? Which one fits within our desired search criteria? And not only does it fit within our desired search criteria, right? It also works for so many other reasons, right? It also works for so many other reasons. So which one is it? Number 1, number 2, and number 3? Let's see who has it. Number 3. The number 3 is everyone actually picked number 3. Wow, so that's awesome. So again, hey, listen, Brian and Jake, they said that you guys were super smart, that you guys are super, on top of this stuff. So you got it. All right. It fits because not only is it within our desired search criteria, but what else? What else? Why else does it fit? Yes, Mark, it uses a title enhancer, right? How to build a raised garden bed. Why else does this work really well? So it has a title enhancer, as do the others, right? But this is perfect. Why else? It's within our desired search criteria of 12,000, right? We want to be between 10,000 to 100,000. Why else? There's a few other reasons. Um, it's specific. It's a very specific subject, says Yannick. Raised bed, right? Absolutely. Ken says it's a honey spot. Hits it. Low competition, says Tarico. More specific, says Cindy. More specific, says Boris. Absolutely. Look at this. Not only does it talk about how to build a raised garden bed, right? And there's one other reason too why this works well. I want to see who gets it. But not only does it talk about how to build a garden bed, right? But it teaches you how to build a raised garden bed. Like you couldn't get any more specific than that, right? Unless now no one uh, typed this in. But the other reason why, it's a complete fraud, says Sajin. I like that. All right. I've never had someone answer that. But that makes perfect sense. How to build a raised garden bed, right? It answers the question as Ken just mentioned. Now, do you see how simple this gets? It gets a lot easier as you go over the system, right? Now, the other thing is no one got this one, but it's also the perfect ebook title. Would you agree? At least the main part of it, right? The main title, how to build a raised garden bed. Look at that. You can literally title your ebook how to build a raised garden bed because it answers that question that your prospect is asking themselves. If someone is going to Amazon or if they're doing a Google search how to build a garden bed and they come across this listing how to build a raised garden bed, they're more than likely going to click onto it. Now, we can also go in and add on to this, right? How to build a raised garden bed. How could we subtitle this? How to build a raised garden bed in a weekend, or how to build a raised garden bed in 24 hours, or how to build a raised garden bed that your neighbors will envy, or how to build a raised garden bed in under an hour. Thank you, Ken. How to build a raised garden bed in 10 easy steps, says Soar. How to build a raised garden bed the easy way, says Yannick. How to build a raised garden bed like a pro, says Bruno. All right. How to build a raised garden bed for organics, right? So there's so much that you can do with that. Now, here's the other question that I want to ask you folks. If you had this book available on Amazon, or if someone typed it and came across it on Google, you've got 12,000 people that are searching for this exact phrase. Out of 12,000 people, do you think if you had this listed on Amazon, do you think you would be able to sell some, yes or no? What do you think? Do you think you would make some sales? Absolutely, of course. Right? Of course, said, who was that, Bruno? You bet, says Margaret. Right? Yes. Right? So absolutely you would be able to make some sales because it's again, it's answering that question and it's very specific. It's very specific. It would be like taking candy from a baby. All right. Now, I've got a lot more of it I want to share with you. Are you folks, let me ask you a question here. Are you getting good value out of this? Because if not, then we can actually cut it off right here. And I've got some other things that I have to do. But if you want to continue, I'm more than happy to continue. So give me a big yes if you want to continue. And we'll very interesting and exciting, says Bruno. All right. Steve, yes. So far, so good. Yes, says Yannick. Yes, this is awesome. Yes, a lot of value, says David. Wonderful and powerful information, says Soar. Capital yes. Y-E-S, says Ken. All right. Yes, please, says Kelly. Okay, so let's go. Yes, this is awesome, says Tarico. Yeah, this is why it's so easy to make money with this thing. So let's continue. All right, the yeses have it. So secret number 2, right? Now that we've done the market research, we know that there's a demand, we know that people are searching for what it is that we're going to publish. How do we go in and get our ebooks created? And how do we get them created fast, even if we don't like writing? Well, in my preferred order, there are 3 very simple ways to get content to sell, and I've actually used all of these. Right? The first is you get someone else to write it for you. This is an option that I use a lot, and I've paid as little as $100 to $125 to have people write content for me. The beautiful thing about this is outsourcing. When you outsource it, you own 100% of the rights to it. So you can go in, you can resell it as long and as often as you want. You can put your own name on it, or you can use a pen name. Now, speaking of this, let's stay right here for a minute, because this is not something that I actually traditionally cover in this presentation, but a thought just came to me. Because I'm sure that some people may be wondering, when you publish an ebook to Amazon, let's say you publish an ebook. You publish this one ebook. How many times can you sell it? How many times can you sell it when you publish an ebook? Sajin, absolutely right. You got it right. I'm not going to answer that yet. Kelly, you have it right. All right. How many times can you sell it? Ken, you have it right. All right. Darren, absolutely. Janice, yes. Yannick, yes. Michael, yes. Infinite, says Ken. Absolutely. As many times as you want. This is why I get excited about this. This is why I love talking about Amazon publishing. Right? Because you publish it once, and as Ken and Soar and Michael and the other Ken with a double N, and Janice and Darren and Ken O'Keefe just said, we've got a lot of Kens on this thing. We've got Ken O'Keefe, Ken Yoff, we've got Ken Cotman, we've got a ton of Kens on this thing. I saw a few more as well. And Kelly and Sajin and everyone else said, you can sell this thing for an unlimited, infinite amount of times. You publish it once. This is the ultimate in perpetuity, says Ken Cotman. Was that all right? So you publish it once and you sell it over and over and over again. So how many times did you have to do the work? How many times did you have to do the work of publishing it? Once. But you sell it multiple. Amazon sells it, as a matter of fact, multiple times. Amazon handles customer service and everything else. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting excited about it. All right, so now the other option is, I just wanted to make sure that everyone totally understood that. The other option is, in this program, right, I actually, when I'm outsourcing my content, because I have a lot of, when I first got started, I actually used to write a lot of my ebooks, but now I leverage the time, the expertise, and right? The love of doing this that other people have. So you can go in and outsource great quality content. And in this program, I show you exactly how to do that. You get to see exactly as I do it. And I give you the only 3 sites that you should use when you're looking to hire someone to create your content. And again, I've created a system that allows you to have an entire ebook, a full ebook created for as little as $125 that you continue to sell over and over and over again. The second option of getting content created is you can go in and you can speak it and then have it transcribed. So you can use any of the speech recognition software programs like Dragon. There's like Siri that's out there. Even if you have like Google, I was reading something recently that said like Google and then the Alexa programs will soon have like a transcription option as well, which they do to a degree, but it'll be more detailed and in-depth. You can also write it yourself. This is not one of my favorite options, but like my wife is a writer. I have a lot of my students that are writers, and they go in and they publish their content and they can get it up and running in like 48 hours. As a matter of fact, Tracy Voister, the young lady who at the very beginning I showed you, who in 48 hours she sold 5 of her ebooks, she's a writer. So I'm curious, which option would appeal to you the most? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Outsource it, number 1. Number 2, speak it. Or number 3, write it yourself. Just put that into the questions box really quickly, and I'm going to move on to the next section here. All right. So secret number 3 is, once you have your content, how do you go in and publish it and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly? Well, this process usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It's quick, and Amazon has made it actually pretty pain-free. They've made it quick. They've made it simple because they want as many people with quality content as possible to publish content to their platform. All right, so they've made it fairly easy. Why would they make it easy? The reason why they've made it easy, at least this part, right, is because when they make money, when you make money, they make money. All right, so when you make money, they make money. Now, once you publish it, your book is now published on Amazon and ready to make you money. Okay, ready to make you money, ready to make you sales. Okay, Cindy, yes. Cindy just asked a good question. She says, "What is their cut?" So Amazon, if you publish your ebooks between $2.99 and $9.99, Amazon takes 30%. This is another reason why I love publishing on Amazon, because you get the lion's share. You get 70%, they take 30%. Okay, so you get the bulk of it. So if you make $1,000, you get 700, they get 300. If you make 10,000, as we saw, one of my students at the very beginning was making, uh, he gets 7,000, Amazon gets 3,000. Okay. Yes, Claude, I absolutely do. All right. Cindy, you do. Cindy just asks who owns the ISBN. You do. Okay. Great questions, folks. So once your book is published, you crank up the sales by, and I cover some, I give you some other ways of making more money and increasing your sales in the program. But you can repeat the process and you publish more books, right? Because each one becomes its own revenue stream. So obviously you would want to go in and publish more. You can tweak elements of your existing book, so things like your titles, your price points, your descriptions, your covers, right? Um, and the beauty about publishing digital content is you can always go back and change these elements up after you launch your ebook. Okay, so here, let's do a quick review. I gave you secret number one, which was how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before. I also gave you secret number two, 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you dislike writing. And then I gave you secret number three, which is how to publish your ebook and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily to start making sales. And in the program, I go into the other secret, secret number four, how do you start marketing them so you really crank up your sales, and some other things as well. Is there anyone that's starting to feel excited about this? Here's one of the things here, folks. My wife says the only time she can tell when I'm super excited is when I'm talking about Kindle publishing. And the reason why is because this thing allows us to, I love that, Ken. This thing allows us to live a really awesome life. Like we just got back from Thailand. We took our kids out there for an entire month. We flew in from, we went to China, and then from China we flew into Bangkok, and then from Bangkok we flew to Chiang Mai, stayed in Chiang Mai for just over a week, and then flew over to Phuket. So stayed there for just under a month, right? It's awesome to be able to, we have 4 kids, so to be able to take all 4 of our kids outside of a country to places like London, and, you know, we're going to my daughter's, we're going to um, France in June for my daughter's birthday. Okay, so there's so much cool stuff that you could do with this. All right, now I get excited not only because I'm seeing a lot of success with this, but so are my students. Like this is just a month's deposits here, a month's deposit. And here's something else. Your ebooks, not only do they sell on the US Amazon platform, but they also sell on the UK platform, the Canadian platform, and then there's other platforms that you can sell too. So other Amazon platforms. Here's another one of my students, Brian, who sent me this text to say that he's now doing $5,000 a month using the system, and his goal is to get to 10,000 per month by June 1st. Here's another one of my students, Tracy Voister, who sent me this just after 2 days of starting with my program. She says, Ty, I've sold 5 copies of my ebooks this week. All right, 2 days into it. Here's another one of my students, Darren DeVry, 66 years old, and he says, I'm now doing 20K per month in sales. Thank you. Perth, Australia. So you can actually do this no matter where you are, no matter where you live. I have students that are in Mexico, Germany, France, Italy, the UK, Canada, Australia. So let me ask you a question. Put this into the questions box as well. How many ebooks do you need to really make this something that you're super excited about doing? So using the, before you answer, let me show you what I tend to see income-wise per ebook. So on average, using the system, I see that you can generate about $500 a month in sales per ebook, and about 167 potential leads that you can also sell other stuff to. Right, so on average, about $500 a month in leads, in sales. Okay, the beauty of this is that there's so much that you can sell to these leads. So not only are you making money from the ebooks, but you're also making money through the potential leads as well. All right, does that make sense? So with that said, how many ebooks do you, if you're generating about $500 a month, how many ebooks would you need? All right, so about 10, about 1, about 20, says someone else, about 5, about 6. All right, now imagine having 5, 10, or 20 ebooks all bringing in monthly income. All right, now here's something. The leads. Do you guys understand the power of the leads here too? Matter of fact, I want to log in. Here's something that I want to do. I want to log into my account. Do you want to see me log into one of my accounts where I'm marketing to the leads and how much VAT brings in addition to the Amazon publishing? This is not something that I do a lot, so I'm gonna let's see. Well, we don't have anyone that's saying yes. Well, wait, I got Ken says Mark Lesson says yes. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna hopefully I don't crash anything. Let me just how do I back out of this thing? Okay, so I'm gonna back out and we're going to we're gonna go into we'll go here. Boom boom boom. All right, so I'm gonna log in. Yes, Kelly, that's exactly it. So I'm gonna log into my account here and I entered the wrong password. Let's see here. Now, normally I don't do this, but because all right, so now, so far for the month, this is what I brought in just from the leads. How many people, can someone type that into the questions box for people that can't see it? So just from the additional leads, and now this is outside of what I've made from Amazon. Now, this is the total amount of leads I've collected so far, and this is the number of leads that I've collected for the month so far, right? So that's pretty awesome, right? What do you guys think about that? So this is, again, in addition to what I'm making on Amazon, just by using the leads. All right, so pretty cool, says Mark. Bruno says, how many people actually log in live in your account, in their accounts to show you what's happening? Right? Do you ever see that on a webinar? That's what I'm talking about, folks. I wanted to make this really special for you guys and really just really straightforward. I believe in being, I've had so much blessings in my life with this system. I believe in being totally straightforward. I don't believe in the gimmicks and all of that other crap that you see on some of the webinars. So now this is a program where you do the work once and your ebook sells for months and years to come, right? So it's the ultimate residual income passive stream, right? What makes this different is that month after month you generate income with it. All right, month after month. So you saw how my income has increased with it. So 2,200 to 2,800 to 4,400 the next month, then 8,400 the following month, and now nearly 30 grand in sales a month, and consistently seeing 40 and 50 grand a month just on Amazon, right? Not including marketing to the leads. And as you just saw, right, new leads in the last 30 days that are consistently coming up. Now I have two accounts. This is one of my smaller accounts. I usually don't show anyone my bigger account, but again, because of the relationship that I have with Brian and the EVG folks, I logged into the big one. I should have logged into this one because you would have saw where even in this one, for the month I've generated I think about 7 grand when I last looked at it yesterday. So it's probably about 82 or so now, right? So how much money do you need to make a difference in your life? Is it an extra 500 a month, an extra 1,000, an extra 1,500? And how could something like this change your life? What would you do with the extra income? Would you put it towards your kid's future, use it to pay off your mortgage, which we don't have a mortgage. We've paid it off. Buy a house, buy your dream car. Something cool that I did a couple of Christmases ago, about 3 Christmases ago. I bought my wife a Mercedes Benz and I had the dealership wrap it in a red bow and deliver it the day before Christmas. Would you use it to pay off your bills, get out of debt? We don't have any debt. Would you use it to travel the globe? As I said, we're constantly traveling with our 4 children. So not just traveling within the States, but outside. So it's global travel. So China and London and France and Germany and just all over the place. Would you donate to charities? We're actually going to India later this year too. That's been on my bucket list here. I don't like to use the word bucket list. So let me act like you never heard that. That's been on my list. Bucket list implies like you're going to croak, right? So I just don't like that. It's been on my list. So the possibilities are endless. So now let me ask you a question, folks. For the past hour, would you say that it's been time well spent? Would you spend like an hour or 14 minutes, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, the yes is yes, says Kelly. Yes, says Margaret. Yes, says Ken. Absolutely, says Mark. Interesting, very awesome stuff, says Michael. Yes, yes, very much, says David. Definitely. So I can't cover everything that you need in a 90-minute presentation. Obviously, there's like 6 hours worth of content that I have. Some cool stuff that I share with you. All right. So I give you a lot of stuff, and I really go over and beyond the Call of Duty in this program. So I've created this special offer so that you can get everything that you need to get started with just this entire system here. So, and if you act fast, now here's the thing though. Because I've made, I think that we should always dictate where we want to go in life. So what I've done this past year is I set 3 goals for myself. And these are not monetary goals or anything like that, but they're more goals to live a meaningful and peaceful, self-fulfilling life. And that is to, number one, only work when I want to work. Okay, so number one, only work when I want to work. Number two, which is something that's super important to me, is to only work with people that I want to work with. All right. And number three is to only work on the projects that I enjoy working on. Okay. So only working with the people that I want to work with is something that's very important to me, especially like I said, I'm married. I've been married for almost 15 years now. I have 4 children, so my family means a lot to me. I like to spend my time with them. So I say that to say that I'm only taking a limited number of people on. Doesn't matter how many people sign up or try to sign up. There's only going to be a few that can actually get in. I don't need the money. I'll take the money, but I don't need it. So because of that, I'm going to limit this to just a few people, and you'll see how many in just a minute. But before that, is it okay if I help you and share? Right? I've actually even discounted this program severely just because of that. So one of the things I realize is that old habits die hard, right? And I realize that sometimes you watch a webinar or we go to an event and we're excited at the moment, but then that enthusiasm dies down. So what I've done is I've created a program that helps you to not only to maintain the momentum and the focus, because remember that's key. I talked about how detrimental just having the shiny object syndrome was to me at the very beginning, and how I barely made any money when I had shiny object syndrome, and it wasn't until I got focused. So I created this program that allows you to follow me online. This is not my 20K program, all right? I actually don't even offer this program anymore, again, because of the time. But this is an online program. It's a home study program where you get to actually consume it at your own pace. You get to look over my shoulder, see what I do, see the moves that I make, why I've made them, and then understand what happens as I do go and make them. So just as I've done here, right? So you'll get the setup, which is a $997 value. This covers setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. You'll also get the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 value. This covers finding the right niche in readers, niches that sell, and readers that buy. You'll also get the buyer magnet module, which covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. And I really go into detail on all of this stuff in the program. All right. You'll also get the KDP Cast extraction module, which covers the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. And the total value of everything there is $8,991. Now, as I mentioned before, I only want to work with a small group of people, and I actually wrestled with this before I actually started this webinar. And at the last minute, I changed up the slides that I have with this number. I had 20 people on here originally, but about 10 minutes before this, I changed it up, and I said, you know what? I want to work with the 10 most focused individuals that truly want to make this program work. So that's where I'm at right now. So it doesn't matter. And like I said at the very beginning, we have a ton of people that are on this program, on this webinar watching live. Only 10 are going to be able to get in. Right? If you're the 11th person, you will be refunded your money. Right? So here's the bonuses that you're going to get as well. You're going to get the Google Kindle Crunch. This will show you how to get your ebook listed in Google, as I showed you earlier. So I go into complete detail on how to do this. You'll also get the Money Multiplicity module. This shows you how to publish the same content that you're publishing to the Barnes& Noble's Nook Press platform and to the Apple iBooks platform. Right. You'll also get the um, your own virtual assistant. So this is someone that can help you with researching topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses. So you get this person for 40 hours, right? It's a $600 value. If this actually costs me real money, but again, because I want to over deliver with this thing, I'm doing a few things. Number one is, and because I want to over deliver with the 10 people that are going to get on board, I'm cutting the price drastically. I'm giving you extra bonuses, as you saw, and I'm including this virtual assistant. Right. You'll also get access to our private Facebook group. So we have just under 1,200 students that have all paid full price for this thing. You're going to see what the full price is in just a moment. They've all paid full price to be in this program, to get access to me, to get access to the content, to get access to our moderators and to our coaches. The beautiful thing about being in this program is because just as on this webinar, I answered your questions and I never left you alone. The same thing happens here. You get to ask questions, you get to get updates as I'm constantly updating this program and what works. You get to share your ideas, you get to brainstorm, and most importantly, you always get help. So you're never left alone, right? Now, if you got to the point where, like my student there in DeVry, you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay $5,000 for something like this? And this is what I normally charge for this, but I'm cutting the price drastically. But even at the normal price, would it make some sense to pay $5,000 for this if you've got to the point where you're making $20,000 a month? Because every sale after that is pure profit, right? Now, again, only the first 10 people will get in. You're going to get all of the bonuses. So once I give you this URL, because we have so many people that are on right now, and because only 10 people are going to get on, it's going to be like a mad dash. This is the part that I really like because I love seeing people jump in, all right? I love seeing action takers. So with everything that you get coupled with the earnings potential, you can see why this program would be a good idea if I sold it at the normal price of $5,000, right? Which is what it generally sells for. But because you're watching this event, you're going to be able to get started right now, okay, for a significant decrease in what I normally sell this at. You're going to be able to get started for just $9.97 if you're one of the first 10 people to join right now by going to 30dayprofits.com. And I'm still going to answer questions. So we're going to have a very, very extensive Q&A session at the end. So ask all of your questions right now. But because this is limited to the first 10, here's what I want you to do. To help me keep track as to who gets in, usually we have people that get in extremely fast. What I want you to do is when you get in, after you've placed your order and it's been successful, type in the words "I'm in" into the questions box. So I know and I can make a note of who came in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth, or 10th and 10th, right? Because after that, we're cutting it off. So type in the words "I'm in" once you get in. Right, so that way I'll know where you stand and what number you are. So again, ask your questions and visit the URL. I'll put it into the questions box so you can go in and you can actually click onto the link. All right, so I just put it into the questions box there, so you should be able to go in. Michael says, "I am in." Wow, Michael, that was fast. How'd you get your order in that quickly? So let me just make sure Mike is number 1. So I've got a big 1 by your name, Mike. All right, good to have you in. So we've got Michael is in. So go ahead, folks, 30dayprofits.com. The slots are being taken up quickly. We've already got Michael in. So let me just go here to get in. And I'm just typing this into the chat box here so you can have a link to click on. Again, put your name in there. So now you can pay using your Visa, your MasterCard, American Express, Discover card. And if you have no money, PayPal has a cool option for U.S. Residents that will allow you to go in and apply for PayPal credit. Kelly says I am in. Good to have you, Kelly. All right. All right. Dennis Stokes says I'm in. So we've got Mike at number 1. We've got Kelly at number 2. We've got Dennis at number 3. All right. So they're going extremely fast, folks. So if you are trying to get in, which it looks like there's dozens of people that are trying to get in. So if you're trying to get in, be quick with this. So even if you have no money, you can go in and apply for PayPal credit and get access with no payments or interest for 6 months. All right, you can do that by going to 30dayprofits.com. Again, 30dayprofits.com. And if you're trying to use the interest-free, right, PayPal credit option, when you log into your PayPal account, you want to make some changes here. So change where it says payment methods and click where it says PayPal credit. Okay, make sure you check where it says PayPal credit. All right, now, here's a testimonial that I got from Darren DeVry, one of his first ones. He says, this has been my best month so far with 258 sales to date with only 3 titles. I'm very happy with the progress considering my circumstances. He was going through a really rough financial time. He says, I just wanted to say thank you again. I can see the end of a tunnel. Now, when he sent this in, okay, and Rhonda says, I'm in. Rhonda, you're number 4. Gotcha. Thank you. Right, and welcome aboard. Great decision that you just made, Rhonda. Right, so when he sent this in, I had replied back and I said, you know, Darren, I love the testimonial here. Can I use this? And he says, and I see a few more people just typed in I'm in. Make sure you have your orders in, folks, and I'm going to get through this testimonial and I'll call out your names. All right, so I sent him a reply back and I said, you know, this is awesome. Can I use your testimonial? He sent me a reply back. He sent me a reply back the next day and he said, Ty, yes, you can use my testimonial, but you'll be happy to know that I am now at 336 sales in just a matter of a day, in less than 24 hours. He says, I'm now at 336 sales and I'm happy with that. I was hoping for 200 sales this month. Now imagine if he's pricing his ebook at $10. That's $2,000, right? I'm going to try for 1,000 sales a month. At this point, he was shooting for 1,000 sales a month at $10 each, 10,000 sales a month. And as you already know, he surpassed that, right? He's selling 2,000 books a month because he's now at $20,000 a month. And he's not the only one. We've got, as you'll see when you come into the Facebook group, we have a ton of students that are just crushing it, right? That are just crushing it. Now, think about it. If all this did was to finally allow you to generate a consistent hands-free passive income every single month, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? All right. The other question to ask yourself is, what's the missed opportunity cost, right? By not jumping in right now, what are you missing out on, right? If all this did was to help you to get past that shiny object syndrome and to give you a true system. Remember, I spoke about systems and the importance of systems. So if all this did was to give you a kick in the butt to finally get you making money, would it be worth it? All right. We've got Margaret says I'm in. Good to have you, Margaret. Let me write that down here. So Margaret is number. We've got a lot of people that are actually saying. We've got Louis P. Louis, is that Louis or Louise? I think it's Louise. I'm sorry here. Louise says I'm in. Louise P. I got you there. Right. A few more people that are saying I'm in. I'm going to get back to you and I'll call out your names in just a minute. So again, folks, as you can see, there's a lot of people that are jumping on board. If you want to get in, go ahead. Get in right now. Please do not, because we've got so many people that are trying to get in, please do not type in I'm in until you have actually processed your order, okay? Just to be fair to everyone. If all this did was to give you 2 or 3 ebooks that each brought in $500 per month to pay a bill or to save, would it be worth it? Now consider this. What if you've got 10 ebooks or you have 20, right? Would it be worth it? So don't sit on the fence with this. Sometimes we get this inner intuition, we get this inner knowing, and we still fight it. I think that, and I tell my kids this all the time, you already know the answer. You already know if you should get on with this or not, because inside you can feel that this is an opportunity. In your gut, you can feel it. Actually, speaking of my kids, I've got my daughter Summer here. She wants to say hi really quickly. Say hi, Summer.
Hi, everybody.
All right, tell them what's your name.
My name is Summer Cohen.
She actually does a lot of beauty pageants, and she holds a pretty cool title right now. Do you want to tell them what your title is?
My title is Miss Garner's Outstanding Teen 2018 Carolina Princess.
All right, so 2018 Carolina Princess. This is why I do this. They're all saying hi, Summer. Look at that. All right, she says, Kelly says, I love your name. All right, Denise says, I love your name. All right, so, all right, Summer, let me finish up because we are closing this out in just a few minutes. Folks, if you're not already in, Denise says, congratulations, Summer. If you're not already in, you want to get in before number 1, we max out at the 10, and number 2, we close this thing out. We have, let's see, we have, Tarico says, I am in. So let me write down Tarico's name. Tarico, you are number 7. All right, my pen just died on me. So Tarico, you are number 7. All right, so we have, let's see, someone else, Cindy, yes, I do have you. Cindy is saying, do I have you? Do you have me? Yes, I do. Clay actually just came in, so before you. So I was just going to get to Clay and then you. So Clay says, I am in. Clay Collier, I think that is. So Clay is number 8. And then Cindy is number 9. All right. And Ken, don't be nervous. Jump in. All right. Oh, Ken, I see. Okay, great. So we are at the top of this thing, folks. Go ahead and jump in quickly if you want to get in. Listen, this thing comes, someone was just asking, it comes with a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. All right, 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. And not only does it come with a 100% money-back guarantee, but this thing it's not a 14-day money-back guarantee. It's not a 7-day. It's a 60-day money-back guarantee. All right, look at that. I'm gonna pause here for a second. You have absolutely nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be concerned about. You can get this done. Okay, so let's jump back into this. And I want you to ask questions, folks, because as I said, in a few minutes, I'm going to hold a Q&A session and I want to answer every single question. I used to do broadcast radio here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and one of the most intimidating things for people to do was to get on live radio and ask a question, even if it was something as simple. It was a business talk radio show, so we didn't play music or anything like that, right? But man, it was like it was pulling teeth, like getting people to come on live. You're not on, like you don't actually have to talk, so just type your questions into the Q&A box. There's no such thing as a dumb question. All right, so now you're going to get this entire program, everything that you see here on your screen. You'll get the home study course, so you'll be able to look over my shoulder. You'll be able to see what I do, why I do it, and the results that I get. All right, so now let's move on to it. What you'll get is you'll get the setup, which covers how to go in and set up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. You'll also get the Kindling for Profits module, which covers finding the right niche and readers, right? And most importantly, niches that sell and readers that buy. Okay, niches that sell and readers that buy. You'll also get the Biomagnet module, which covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebooks sell. All right, we cover pricing, descriptions, covers, reviews. You'll also get the KDP Cast extraction module, which is a $3,500 value. In this module, I cover all of the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. All right. Total value is $8,991. You'll also get the Google Kindle Crunch. And in this special module, I actually created this module to help show you step by step. It's a systematic way. Again, everything that I cover is done in a systematic way to show you how to also leverage the power of getting your ebooks listed in Google, which helps to increase your sales big time, right? You'll also get the money multiplicity module, which will show you how to take the same content that you're publishing on Amazon and also publish it to other platforms so that you can triple your exposure. Okay, so you'll also get this virtual assistant. So this is a live person, not a very live person, but it's a live person, right? It's a live person that you'll be able to get access to. This person will help you with everything that you need here and more. You'll also get access to the private Facebook group where you get to ask questions, get updates, share ideas, brainstorm, get help, and more. All right, so you're never left alone. Again, we've got 1,200 people that are in this group, all that are publishing ebooks that are, some that are just starting out with this program, and some that have been a part of it, and some of that are seeing massive success. So you get to surround yourself with a variety of individuals, people that are just starting, just like you. So you have great company to be in, right? And then people that are midway through it that are already getting results, right? You've got people that are making a couple of $100. You've got people that are making thousands. You've got people that are making tens of thousands. So there's a wide variety of individuals that are in this program. Again, type in the I'm in if you are in. Okay. Normally, again, this program sells for $5,000, but because you're here watching this event, you can get started now for just $9.97 if you're one of the first 10. Speaking of that, let me see who is in. And I'm going to place the URL here. Let's see if we have any more slots available. So let's see here. We have Cindy. I think I had your name. Yep, I do. So I see that. We've got, oh, Ken Yoff. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. YAWF. So we've got Ken, and then Cindy. Yes, I did. You actually asked that question. I think I answered that. And we just had someone else that came in. Let's see, who was it here? All right, so we have Mark. And Mark, you are our 10th person here. So congratulations and good to have you in, Mark. That was awesome. All right. Hey, folks, good to have you folks in, the 10 that made it in here. If you did not get in, tell me why did you hesitate? Why did you not get in? All right. Why did you not get in? All right. So I just got a Skype from, oh, Irene. Okay, great. I just got a Skype from Brian. He says, how can we let more people in? Here's the question. Are you still on the fence? If you're watching this webinar right now, you obviously you want to get in, you're curious about the program, or something is keeping you here. If you still want to get in, give me a big yes. Put a yes into the questions box, and we'll see. Brian, I think I just heard you come in.
Yeah, I wanted to say something real quick because for everyone on here, you probably know by now that when we talk about someone else's program, I go into it. I go inside there. I check it out. I don't just blindly, promote someone that I don't believe in. So I've been inside this thing. It is awesome. I have actually not listened to one of your webinars before, and this actually makes me so excited to actually be going through your program and course, because it's like there are things that you had talked about I didn't even realize yet, and I'm already excited by going through the course, and this makes me even more excited to get more of it done as fast as possible. So I just want to say I'm so glad I actually was able to listen to it and consume a lot of this incredible knowledge.
That's awesome, Brian. I really, really appreciate that. And, I think you guys have a great bunch of followers. You've got some people that are really action takers. It's a program that I'm always excited to be able to share. I don't share it often because I'm always doing it, right? More than anything, I get a lot of joy out of doing it. So every once in a while, I open it up, every couple of months or so, and let a few more new people in. And this is one of those occasions here. Now, we've got a few more people who are saying that they want to get in. So if you want to get in, just give me a big yes into the questions box. And maybe what I can do is we'll open up. I'm not going to open up a lot of additional slots, but I can open up just a handful. I want to get a feel for how many other people want to get in here. So If you want to get in, just put a yes into the questions box and we'll cover that. Now, here's the other thing. Some people have asked for a payment plan. If you want to get in and use a payment plan, if you don't have the entire $9.97 right now, you can get in by going to yourkindlekit.com and making 2 payments of $5.49. So you can make one $5.49 payment now, and then 30 days from now, you'll make another $5.49 payment. Okay. Ken, yes. All right. Actually, Ken just wrote me a long message here. I'm actually not able to read the entire thing right now because I'm, but I promise you, I will read that, Ken, once we're done with the webinar. Irene says, because I do not feel I have good content. Well, that's a great question here. Irene, here's the thing. You don't have to come up with the content. That's the beauty of it. You're outsourcing the content creation process to someone else. Right? You're hiring someone that loves to research, number one, right? That loves to write, that loves to create content. Right? So that's that. So sometimes, Irene, we can, and I hate to say this, and I'm not saying it in a mean or malicious way, but sometimes we can overcomplicate the process. Okay? It's very straightforward. It's very simple. Right? David, I understand that as well. So here, I'm going to put both URLs into the chat box. And I'm going to answer some questions in just a minute. So go ahead and let's see, what is it here? It's yourkindlekit.com. So if you want to make the 2 payments, you can go in, you can do that. All right, so I'll hit send there. And let's jump right back into this thing. So you've got two choices right now. The first is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith. The second one is to pony up the small, tiny investment compared to all of the value, right? And the missed opportunity cost. So missed opportunity cost, for example, I was reading a book by a friend of mine, Ray Edwards. He's a copywriter. And Ray Edwards talks about the missed opportunity concept. And missed opportunity is basically when you miss out on something like this that you know you can do well in, but for whatever reason, you don't take advantage. Now, let's say if a program like this too, we'll go on the low end, super low end. We'll say you can make $1,000 a month with this. And because you decided not to get in for whatever reason it might be, the missed opportunity cost of that in just a year would be $12,000. Now, let's say you're making $5,000 a month, right? The missed opportunity cost of not getting in right now would be $70,000 in a year's time. Not to mention the $5,000 a month, right? And I'm not guaranteeing you that that's what you'll make, but I'm just showing you what had I not gotten started at $30,000 a month right now, $40,000 a month, had I not gotten started, and I doubt it that I had the ability to do this, my missed opportunity cost at a minimum would be $30,000 a month. In a year's time, that's $360,000 a year, right? So that would have been something that not only would have been a disservice to me, but also to my family, my wife, and my children as well. So now, because I don't want anyone to miss out on this, right, and miss that missed opportunity, I'm giving you my 3-part crazy guarantee. And you'll see why I'm crazy for even offering this in addition to a 60-day money-back guarantee. The first part is research. If you can't find a hot topic to create your first ebook around, I will personally help you to get started. All right? Personally. Okay. Now, the second part to my crazy 3-part guarantee is outsourcing. If you can't find someone to write your ebook for you, I will give you access to one of my best writers who will write your first ebook for under $150. Right? So you have nothing to lose here. Now, sales. If after 60 days you're not making at least $500 per ebook, I will have one of my top coaches jump on a call with you to help kickstart your sales. Right? So how's that for a guarantee? Everything is covered. If you think you can't come up with the research part of it, I'll personally help you to get started. Just did this with one of my students yesterday, right? A young lady by the name of Rachel who lives in Orlando, Florida. Outsourcing. If you can't find someone to write your ebook for you, I will give you access to one of my best writers. All right. Sales. If after 60 days you're not making at least $500 per sale, I will have one of my top coaches jump on a call to help kickstart your sales. All right. So again, you get a 60-day ironclad 100% money back satisfaction guarantee. You can get started now by going to www.30dayprofits.com. All right. With everything that you get, you can see the value in this thing. All right. Listen, folks, there's the tale of two individuals, and we're closing this out now. We've got Timid Tommy here, and we've got Brave Bob on the right. And what I'm going to do is, because of the yeses here, I'm going to let a minimum of 5 more people in here. All right. And I'm not going to call out the names this time. I just want the action takers to go in and jump in. So whether you're watching this live with us right now, or if you're watching the replay, if you're one of the next 5, jump in, right? And type in your name, type in I'm in. But Timid Tommy is the one who's always skeptical. He's pessimistic, right? He's the person who's the cynic. He always sees what can possibly go wrong. He's the individual that might always overcomplicate and overthink things, right? So as a result, he misses out on a lot. And then you've got the other individual on the right who's Brave Bob or Brave Betty or whatever you want to call this individual, who sees the opportunity and they jump into it, right? They jump into it head first. And as a result, they see a lot much more success than the average individual, right? So which of these individuals are you going to be? Are you going to be the Brave Bob or the Timid Tommy? Okay, which one? So that's the question that you have to ask of yourself right now, right? So now, let me show you what you do. You go over to 30dayprofits.com. You'll see the order form. You can click this button if you want to pay using your Visa, your MasterCard, your American Express, your Discover card, or you can click this one if you want to pay using your PayPal, all right? Whichever option you prefer. If you want to use PayPal credit, again, this is only available in the United States, but the beautiful thing about it is you get to use the program. You get an instant access to the program right now if you use PayPal credit. And you don't have to make a payment back for 6 months, right? So you could be up and running, making money with this thing, and you're on your way, right? This is the entire program. We're closing this out. I have come to the end of this webinar. I will take a few minutes to answer a couple of questions for those of you that have them. You can get started right now for just $9.97 if you're one of the first 10 to join right now. Let's see. Oh, Elaine Tokita says I'm in. Right, and if I missed anyone else that said I'm in, please forgive me on that. All right, let's see. We've got some questions. What if you don't have a? Cindy says, what if you don't have a topic to write about? Can you sell other people's ebooks or content? Yes, you could. You absolutely could. All right. I have actually a couple of students that are doing that, and the way they're doing it is they're acting as the publisher. All right, so they're taking content and they're publishing it for other individuals, and they're splitting what comes in. They're splitting the revenue. Okay. Ken says, Ty, I'm in, but what are the next steps? So Ken, you should receive an email. Check your email. If it's not in your inbox, it should be in your spam folder, and you'll see a step-by-step layout of what to do, how to get started. All right. Let's see. Dave says, can I, actually this is D. Pava says, please send me the links. I can't seem to access them. Are you talking about the order link, D? If so, see if you can just type it into a different browser. It might be an issue with your browser. So just go to 30dayprofits.com. Or you can click onto it. All right, Ken says he found the email. Thank you, Ken. Or you can click onto the link. Let us know if that's okay. D, let us know if that works, okay? So again, there's both URLs here. You can get in by going to 30dayprofits.com to make one payment of $9.97, or you can go to yourkindlekit.com to make 2 payments of $5.49, one now and one 30 days from now. All right, so now Again, you can see as my students are really they're cleaning up with this thing. Here's Brian, who's making 5,000 a month on his way to 10,000. Here's actually this is someone that really warms my heart. This is one of our Facebook members, Linda Allen, um, who posted this in our Facebook group. She says, I'm so happy about this group. I'm in another group. It's not Kindle related. And if I have questions here, I can, or I can answer questions for others. She was trying to say that if she has questions, she can ask them, or she can also help answer questions as well. It's a great group. I've been writing Kindle books for about a year now. I got Ty's program last year, and I'm so glad I did. I made several $1,000s last year, and that's after stopping writing after several months. Now, pay attention to this. She had an issue, I think it was with her health, and she couldn't continue to publish ebooks, but she still was making money month after month after month, even while she had stopped. How many jobs allow you to do that? How many businesses, for that matter, will do that if you're not actively involved with the business? How many businesses allow you to continue to generate revenue? This is something that does, right? And here's Doc Berry. Doc says, hey, Linda, this is exactly why I wanted to join Ty's group. It's this attitude of helping and sharing that will add to the success of us all. The more value we give to others, the greater return to ourselves we manifest. All right. Here's Debbie chiming in. So very encouraging, Linda. Thank you so much for this inspiring post. All right. Debbie's just gotten started. But folks, get in. There's people that are at all levels. All right. Again, Tracy Royster, 5 copies, all levels. Dan DeVry, 20,000 a month, right? Tony Robbins says, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the same results that you want and copy what they do, and you'll achieve the same results, okay? 30dayprofits.com, 30dayprofits.com. Get in right now for just $9.97. And that is about it. You can break up the payments into 2 payments. And if you haven't signed up yet, tell me why. All right. I want to run through this really quickly, and then we're going to close this bad boy out. Reason number 1 may be that you don't think that you can come up with ebook ideas that sell. You don't think that you can come up with ebook ideas that sell. Well, if that's the case, you saw how easy it is to do the market research. You saw how with my 3-part crazy guarantee, I actually give you, all right, access to me if you can't come up with an ebook topic. All right, so I'll jump on a call with you. David says, when will you be running this offer again? David, probably won't be a couple months from now. All right. Deep Harbor, good to have you in. Reason number 2, you're nervous about putting it all in place. Well, if you're nervous about putting it all in place, don't be. Super, super, super easy to do this stuff, folks. Super easy to do this stuff. All right. As a matter of fact, my 13-year-old, when I first put this course together, I wanted to make sure that it was doable by everyone, no matter what your skill level was. So I gave it to her. Her name is Maya. And I said, Maya, I want you to take this program. I want you to go through it. And at this time, we were spending a boatload of money on mystery thriller novels because that's what she liked to read at the time. She was 13. And I said, you know what? You should start publishing some of these books that you like to read. So she went through the entire process, and long story short, she got to the point where she's generating $5,000 a month. Right? She's now, been doing this for many, many years. So it's something that's consistently working. Right? So if you're nervous about putting it in place, remember, a 13-year-old can do it, and I give you the steps in order. Right? The third thing is you think it's too expensive. Well, we talked about the missed opportunity cost, right? So at $5,000, the normal price, it's not too expensive. So at $1,000, it's definitely not too expensive, especially if you're missing out on all the income that you could be bringing in. So again, 30dayprofits.com or yourkindlekit.com. If you didn't sign up immediately, maybe you live outside of the U.S. and you think that you can't do it outside of the U.S. Well, here's the thing. Amazon accepts accounts from dozens of countries. As I mentioned earlier, I have students that literally are scattered throughout the globe, from Russia to France to Italy to the UK to here in the US, Australia, Germany, Austria, Italy. We've got people that are everywhere. Okay, so you can do this. Reason number 5, you want time to think about it. Well, if that's the case, I can't promise you that you'll be able to get in once you come back. But if that is the case, if you need to talk this over with a spouse, a significant, maybe a business partner, make sure you go in and you write down this URL, 30dayprofits.com. Once we max out, I will remove the order page and it will say sold out. So if you go there and it says sold out, that means that it's too late. Okay. So you do still have a chance to get in right now, whether you're watching it live or the replay. Uh, Reason number 6, English is not your first language. Well, if that's the case, the beauty about this is you can publish in over 35 languages on Amazon. So they not only accept English, but they also accept Spanish and Portuguese and just a ton of other languages as well. Right, so you can publish in multiple languages. If you didn't sign up immediately, reason number 7, maybe you've never sold anything online and you're new to all of this. Okay, if that's the case, then this is the perfect system to get started with, the perfect way to go in and dip your toe in, because you're partnering with Amazon, a multi-billion-dollar reputable company, right? So best place to get started is right here. You don't have enough money. Well, if that's the case, then you can use the PayPal credit option. Right? Or reason number 9, why else haven't you signed up? All right. So Brian, that is about it. We've got some reviews here of my student reviews. This is Sabina. She's over in Germany. Here's the cool thing about this. I was speaking over in London not too long ago, and Sabina had purchased this program a couple months earlier, having so much success with it. She actually flew over to Germany. I'm sorry, she flew from Germany to London just to treat my wife and I out for dinner as a way of saying thank you, Ty, for introducing me to your program and for the success that she's had with it. Those are the things that really get me jazzed and excited about this. All right. I don't think I could play. Oh yeah, I could play the video. Let me hear.
Started with the Kindle cash flow system mid of April and published so far 3 Kindle books with 6 more books in the making as we speak. They will be published over the next 2 weeks, so I'm quite a newbie on Kindle, but I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I bribed my friend Sonia to come on board as she has a wealth of knowledge with regards to health, nutrition, and fitness. She's actually a holistic health coach. And I'm also very interested in health, and most of our topics are actually related to health. And together we are just the perfect team. We find it helpful to outsource the writing of our books. However, once we receive the books back, we spice them up and put our own stamp on them. And this has worked very well so far. Our first book, How to Get Your Dream Body and Keep It, the 6-week body makeover for a flat belly, toned arms and killer legs, published under the pen name Kim Ellis, was off to a flying start right from the beginning, generating over $1,000 in royalties in the first 4 weeks. We also have published How to Start a Daycare in 5 Easy Steps, Don't Get Your Fingers Burned, the ultimate beginner's guide to skyrocket your daycare business to success, and OMG, My Son is Gay, how you can help your son coming out and keep him safe. And the 2 more to be launched over the next couple of days are No More Panic and Diagnosed with Hashimoto's, What's Now?
All right, so Sabina's crushing it right now. Last time I spoke to her, she's now doing about 9,000 a month. So that's it, folks. People are really doing well with this thing. I've got more testimonials. Here's another one. I'm not going to go through all of these because we've been here for a while. Here's another one. All right, but people are just really doing well with this, and now it's your turn. All right, so with that said, we have come to the end of the road here. I'm going to leave this screen up. And Brian, thanks. This has been a blast. Lots of great folks here, lots of good interaction. And
Yeah, I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to share this. This is amazing. I gotta say, this is awesome. Thanks, Ty.
Thank you. Have a good one. I'll leave the screen up here for a couple of minutes for anyone who might want to jot these URLs down. Have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.